Good with y'all, man. It's another Donnie's life. But first of all, y'all thought it was a vlog, right? Psych now.
Oh, fuck. We got
We've been together forever. Been through the coldest weather, so your lives won't get no better.
I'll go first. All right. Listen, my thing on cheating is if you know for sure that you're not fully invested in someone and that you know you cannot control yourself enough to go out with your boys, with your ladies or whatever, and not be able to contain yourself, I just don't think you should be in a relationship. Maybe like at this time, because I feel like a lot of younger people are not really ready for relationships because they're not fully grown up yet, so they don't really know how to be loyal or to stay with one person. They always feel like they have to have, as people say nowadays, have to have hoes. I see a lot of it, more of it in high school, but like I see it everywhere. Even like people who's been married like for years now be cheating on each other because maybe you just need to wait. As sometimes you just need to wait. So that's all I pretty much have. Another thing is for the bitches that's done cheated on me. Fuck you.
Bitches fuck you.
Yes.
It happens.
It'd be like that.
It's out here.
Yeah,
that's
fine.
My thing is, I'm like, why the fuck would you cheat on me? I mean, first of all, I don't look very good right now, but I'm hot as fuck. I will give you some good ass pussy. I will ride your
I'm sorry.
She's never been cheated on. My best friend has been cheated on in almost every single relationship that she's been in.
Hey, for her best friend though, I want to give you a shout out real quick because I was trying to give you all this loyalty, right? But you want to play these games and then get mad at somebody, and I'm definitely putting this on there. So I don't care.
Watching my best friend go through being cheated and like being there like by her side, it's sad. It'd be sad.
But you won't get cheated on with my boy Don.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Don be at work.
Boy out here.
Don be at work. I'm trying to go to school, and I be in the house. I don't do nothing else, and I'm still out here by myself, son.
He'd be like, "You want me to come over?
My
I'll come over."
So, I've never been cheated on, nor have I ever cheated, I know.
Because your boyfriend's perfect. Yeah, we
Because
got
my
it.
boyfriend's perfect.
Because he's a model.
Yeah.
Shout out to
he
all
really
the
is.
From New York.
And he's never gonna watch this, so it's fine.
I mean, you just gotta share the video.
I know, but then he'll know that I like him, so.
But you do like
I
it.
know. No, I'm just kidding. It was a joke. 'Cause I complimented him and told him he was perfect. I can't tell him that in real life.
Why not?
Because he's got an ego that.
He don't, cause he's like, I already know, babe. You ain't gotta tell me.
Yeah, exactly.
You ain't
You
gotta
can't
tell me.
compliment it because he's like, I know, stop.
There's no point telling me.
No, seriously though, drop in some knowledge. So my thing with cheating is it can really affect someone for future relationships. So if you're not in it for the long haul, get out of it because there's been people in my life that have been cheated on who then for years after that have not been able to be in like a solid good relationship because they lost it tears you apart, you lose confidence in yourself, you start to get really
Skeptical about other people.
yes, exactly. You start to, and then you affect your other relationships because you're like, oh,
You don't
they're
trust
cheating on me.
you don't trust
Exactly.
them.
Yeah, you got
Affects your
hurt one
trust.
time.
Yeah, exactly. So
And that's a spinoff from. I'm not trying to say no name. But that's a spinoff. Most of the females or dudes that do get cheated on, like you said, it's hard for them to get relationships because they always, first of all, gonna be thinking, well, damn, I've been cheated on so many times. This motherfucker gonna do it. So it's so hard to get with somebody because at the end of the day, like, I mean, what you just said, like, fuck, what on? Goddamn, I done draw the goddamn blank. No, I'm coming back.
He coming back. That's your game.
I'll be doing that too. I ain't
So why would you put your trust in somebody else if you just got cheated on a whole bunch of times? Pretty much
Right.
what she's saying. So it's no point. That's why most people don't get in relationships. So therefore, the hoe stage comes around where you be out wilding, not really caring.
But then you hurt those other
colliding,
people.
and
You hurt those other people.
because I
Right.
feel like why
So then it's
people
just
do
like
that
a
is because
never-ending.
It's a cycle.
Yeah.
It's not
until
gonna
you
stop.
find that one person that's just been as hurt as you and like sits you down like, listen, I understand you've been cheated on, so the fuck have I, but we can't keep doing this. I'm feeling you, you feeling me, so like why?
Well, not even that, but I feel like other people then need to, even if you haven't been cheated on and you are with someone that has, you have to be more understanding of like, look, I will not hurt you and mean it or
And it's
know
so
it.
hard.
And exactly, it is hard, but you have to be understanding of like what they've gone through, what's hurt them, blah blah, blah whatever.
Like therefore, what's up, nigga?
Oh,
What you gotta say, Emma?
Yeah, come
Tell
on
us
in.
about
Come on
your
in.
relationship.
Come on in,
Come on
though.
in.
Hop on in. We want to hear
Come
about
on in.
Joey.
Have you ever been cheated on?
Come on in.
It don't even have to be cheating. Let's hear about your relationship.
Yeah.
Just get on in.
Come on in.
Come on
Come on
in.
in.
Guess the.
Sit back, Matthew.
Oh shit. Let me.
Oh,
She gonna start.
All right, when I say that.
I immediately think of when you don't necessarily agree with the other person, you can still accept their point of view without thinking the exact same thing.
All right, straight to the point, Nicole.
I think of it as like, you're accepting of each other. Like, yeah. Yep.
Kyle,
You're just gonna put up with them through better and for worse, man. That's it.
You got it.
relationship. What is that? Kind
I don't think people know how to do it. We're gonna be honest.
Okay.
You're right. He's right.
But definitely just knowing and telling the other person what's going on, what you're doing, what your plans are, everything like that. You don't have to tell them details, but just get the point across of what's going on.
Nicole.
I agree with what he said. People really don't know how to communicate, but communication definitely is key in a relationship. If you don't have communication, then like, what's the point of having a relationship?
Very true, Taylor.
I feel like more often than not, communication is really rushed. Like, I feel like the number one time that I need to communicate is when we're arguing. Like, we need to obviously like communicate what we're thinking, but if you try to do it too quickly, you're gonna like communicate out of anger rather than anything else. So sometimes it's better to just pause and communicate later and take time for yourself.
How much time do you think you should spend with your other?
Space is good, but too much space can be a really bad thing. I'm not gonna put hours on it or days on it, but if you sit there and you spend every waking moment with somebody, it's
You're
not
eventually
gonna
gonna
work
get fucking tired of it.
Yeah, for real.
What do you think happens with marriage, bro?
I disagree. If you're genuinely happy and you're like you get along well and you're good, like, well, okay,
She got
I'm
a
a
point.
little
Yeah,
biased.
when you when you with somebody for a while and y'all like,
If you be happy, you be like,
Yeah, I was just
Get
saying,
out
if
of here,
you just like love being around that. Yeah. Well, it's expensive because we buy a lot of plane tickets. We FaceTime a lot. We text all the time. But the most important thing that we do to like make it work is we're constantly planning like the next time we're gonna see each other. So
I
it's
feel
really
like it builds up, so y'all be waiting.
yeah,
for it,
it's so like every time we hang out, it's so exciting.
yeah, it makes it more
And
exciting.
that's
Yeah.
also
Like, more to look
faithfulness.
forward to.
Faithfulness right
yeah,
there.
there's a lot of
You
trust
gotta be
involved,
faithful.
and he is perfect. So
Because everyone says that long, it does work, bro. You got to be like dedicated to them too.
Yeah,
like, and you can't be.
absolutely.
I feel like you can't be young and be in a long distance relationship.
no, actually, so this particular guy, we started talking for the first time like 6 years ago, and then we found out that he was going to be a long distance. He was moving. So we stopped talking because I was like 16 at the time. And I was like, yeah, no, that seems hard. But now I'm 22. Not that I'm like old and wise. I'm a little old, but only like slightly wise. And so we were like, fuck it. Like, you're still great. So we'll just like see how it goes. And so far, it's been awesome.
I would say like you need it. You don't really necessarily need it, but it is like the key factors in
Communication. That's one.
Loyalty and putting the other person before yourself. Sometimes, not all the time.
What do you mean by that?
Like, not necessarily their needs before your needs, but like you gotta like have a like in between, you know. So like if that person, you have to be willing to like go out of your way for that person. Majority.
And they gotta compromise with you on that.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna keep repeating everything we asked us questions about earlier.
I got a good one.
Oh, here we go.
See, she know, cause she been in this shit.
No,
Like,
yeah.
been in the trenches. Yeah.
Seriously though, this like sounds super annoying, but like good sex.